Hi everybody, Red Hill Eagle here. Welcome back to TEW2020. This is the Invasion Angle and it's Monday, week 2, July 2001. It's time for Monday Night Raw. We kick the show off with a Vince McMahon promo, and he is about to announce the new commissioner for the World Wrestling Federation after William Regal had to resign following his loss to Chris Jericho at King of the Ring. This is a rating of 77. And Vince McMahon announces the new commissioners, the APA. Bradshaw and Farouk are the new commissioners for the World Wrestling Federation. Rating of 62. Haku and Perry Saturn take on the Hardy Boys. Just a throwaway tag team match, really. Get the Hardys on the card. Rating of 54, a little bit disappointing. But the Hardy Boys defeat Haku and Perry Saturn in 10 minutes 28 when Matt Hardy pinned Haku with a twist of fate. We've then got a promo, or it's more of a backstage segment really, between The Undertaker and Kane. And The Undertaker is kind of apologising to Kane, their loss last week where they could have won the belts back, but they kind of let the two-man power trip and the whole bike being stolen thing, they let him get to him. And he says, I shouldn't have let them get to me like that. It's my fault we didn't win those belts. This is a rating of 86. That's pretty decent. Kane in response does sort of say, look, don't worry about it now. Let's just go and get your bike back. Taz takes on William Regal. And to be honest, this was just to get Regal on the card. I do want to get him over. Now that he's not got that commissioner role, I'm going to be concentrating on him in the ring. Decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. William Regal gets the win in 11 minutes 35 by pinfall. Rating of 62. And in a rating of 60, we've got a taped Dudley Boys promo video. Just parading them as the new tag team champions. Rating of 60. Chris Jericho then cuts a promo on Kurt Angle, and he's disgusted actually by the way Kurt Angle treated the hardcore belt last week. He just dumped it in the trash. So the hardcore belt is no more. It's been vacated, it's been retired. But Chris Jericho says, all championships should be treated with respect, and you've done nothing but just disregard it. You've chucked it in the trash. It's gone now. That's it. It's in a landfill somewhere. Kurt Angle comes out and sort of cuts his own promo, really. I'm an Olympic gold medalist. What I want with the hardcore belt. At the time, yeah, sure, I thought it was great. Maybe I was feeling down on my luck. But now, I realise now what a mistake that was. What a ridiculous excuse for a championship belt. Rating of 87. And in a 31 rated match, Jacqueline, Molly Holly and Victoria in a triple threat match. It's Molly Holly getting the win in 6 minutes 53 when she pinned Victoria. Yeah, 31. They are all jobbers though. They are all in the unimportant category, which I guess gives us impetus to just try and get some more women over. And in an 83 rated segment, the new commissioners, the APA, approached Steve Austin and Triple H, and they just put over the fact that, you could be done for, theft here. This could go to the law. You could face criminal charges. You've stolen someone's property. You've stolen someone's bike. And they kind of they don't really seem bothered. It's the APA, whatever. Don't be so stupid. We've stolen someone's bike, not, no one's died. So they don't really take it seriously. And that's an overall rating of 83. And then we've got another taped segment. It's an Eddie Guerrero music video as the King of the Ring, which he won 2 weeks ago. Rating of 68. Edge and Christian then take on Kai and Tai. I know I'm not saying that right. Kai and Tai, yeah, that'll do. Edge and Christian get the win in 9 minutes 42 when Edge pinned Funaki with a downward spiral. Rating of 54, yeah, not fantastic at all. But again, it was just to get them on the card, really. Get another tag team match out there. Steve Austin and Triple H are then chatting to Big Show, because Big Show's also been involved in this whole theft of the bike, and they kind of just mention it to Big. We could be done for criminal charges. Why don't we think of this? Why, maybe we should give the bike back. And Big Show says, don't be ridiculous. These guys are not going to go to the police. We're talking about the Undertaker and Kane here. They're going to want to keep it in house. They're going to want to deal with it themselves. We'll deal with them. Don't worry about it. The camera pulls back and reveals that Test has heard the whole conversation. Overall rating of 76. Chris Benoit takes on Rhino. This was another throwaway match. I mean, at the moment, we are still just trying to get a lot of people over, so there is a few throwaway matches. And most of the storylines at the moment are being dealt with via angles. But Rhino gets the win here in 11 minutes 24 by pinfall with a gore. A rating of 68. Vince McMahon then approaches Edge and Christian, who are now in their locker room, sort of warming down after their match. This is a rating of 62. A rating of 72. And Vince just approaches him and says, "Guys, I've got a little job for you. There's something I want you to do." That's it. Camera fades to black, and then we come back up with Chris Jericho taking on Kurt Angle in tonight's main event after their little spat earlier in the night. Chris Jericho gets the win in 16 minutes 22 when Kurt Angle was disqualified after Rhino ran in and attacked Chris Jericho. This was just to get a bit more pop onto Jericho. I didn't want Kurt Angle to lose anything really, so it was by DQ. And then afterwards, it's just we just see Vince McMahon as he's sort of leaving the arena after the show. Jonathan Coachman does manage to catch up to him and asks him about The Rock. The Rock is due to return next week, Vince. What have you got to say? And Vince just keeps it cool. I'm very excited to see The Rock back. This is going to be, it's big. It's big. The Rock is big, and this is going to be big for us. And, I'm sure WCW think they've got a chance of getting this guy, but I've got an idea of what The Rock wants. Rating of 56. Overall 67. Yeah, still pretty poor. We need to bump up these storylines. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing these stories. I'm doing it my way. I don't normally play the game like this. If I was playing how I'd normally play, first of all, the storylines wouldn't be this detailed. I'd be going through the motions, but by the same token, I'll probably be getting late 70s, 80 ratings. So, kind of a bit of give and take. But I'm trying to do both. So, we are gonna try and get there. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for everyone who has watched and liked my video so far, and those of you that subscribed, brilliant. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much. But I'll sign off now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.